I know that sitting in waiting rooms stinks, and I have seen people flip out on the receptionists, or the appointment scheduler, whoever just happens to be at that front desk. They just flip out. And I've seen it happen over billing issues. I've seen it happen over people being angry with their insurance, so their insurance will only cover X number of visits, and now their visits are up, and they're like screaming at the billing lady, what am I going to do now? And while I understand that desperation, because as a mother, you want to do anything and everything you can to help your children succeed, I have learned that it is much easier and things go much better if you are not only nice to them, but you are overly nice, because they are not used to seeing that. Where it's like, we check in, you call our name, I sign the paper, let's go. Like, just short and to the point. And then every now and then they'll have somebody that'll be like, with a smile, they'll do their business transaction, and those people are nice. I'm overly nice to those people. So today when I walked in, I noticed the lady's name on her name tag, and I'm not going to use her name because I know she lives here in Tampa, and I've already said which hospital. So I said, good morning, Susie. I used her real name. And I said, I'm here to check in Solomon, and I'm signing on the little paper. I'm writing his name in the sign-in thing, and I have my coffee in my hand, and my keys, and my phone, my bag, and she said, well, it'll be just a minute, ma'am. And I was like, okay, thanks. And I got everybody else sat down in the waiting room, and she called us over, and just in general conversation, I was just nice. Just be nice. I told her, I was like, I'm so excited about this evaluation. We've waited a long time. But I know that's not your fault, and, et cetera, et cetera. And then I just briefly mentioned, so on Thursday, we're driving to St. Petersburg for an occupational therapy appointment and evaluation. And she said, St. Petersburg? And I said, well, yes, ma'am. And she said, do you live closer to St. Petersburg than here? And I said, no, ma'am. I said, we live here in Tampa. And she said, well, I think I might have an opening on Thursday here, if that's okay with you. And I said, oh, that would be wonderful. Sitting in a therapy center for children teaches you to count your blessings, how to celebrate the small things, and how to be empathetic, a good listener. I've learned so much sitting in a waiting room. Anytime I feel sorry for myself, I just think back and remember how blessed I am and how blessed my family is. Solomon is dealing with apraxia of speech. I have sat in a waiting room next to a mother whose child was fighting cancer and was in therapy trying to save their movement on one side of their body from where they'd had surgery and they had lost movement, and they were trying to gain that back. There is nothing more humbling than sitting next to a mother that has been through so much. And so I try to be very upbeat when I go in these offices. I have shared the gospel with I don't know how many parents sitting in these offices, or share the story of adoption. But I've talked about the pluses of homeschooling and how homeschooling has allowed us the flexibility to address issues such as speech, or share the story of how my husband and I believe that children are a gift from the Lord, no matter the circumstance, and how we enjoy our children and enjoy spending time with our children and enjoy the blessing of children, and that's why we have 5 children. So, I used to look at the waiting room as this big dread. How I hated wasting time. As I feel like in my heart, it's wasting time. I could be doing something else. But God has been working on me so much as far as being still. And I am not a still person. I am busy. I am somebody who likes to be doing something. I'm on the road. I'm ready to go. Got my sunglasses, got my purse. Let's go. I am not a be still person. So my time that I spend in the waiting rooms is my be still time.